Hi folks, I'm Sarah Rochelle and welcome back to ibplaying Spider-Man. So, looks like we're headed over this way, I guess. I mean, technically, I've done all the Taskmaster challenges, and, you know, yeah. Yeah, it kinda... This one hurts. This one hurts. And, like, honestly, Spider-Man really needs to not be there because, like, he's probably got a bajillion broken bones and, like, internal bleeding and what have you, and, like...
Spider-Man.
Oh...
Man, I gotta change this number.
I must leave New York. Recent events... Pause.
Uh-oh.
Your rescue of Osborn, despite his hatred, it affected me.
Oh boy.
I must return home. Reflect on this life I choose.
Dang. I think I'm actually gonna miss you and your death troopers.
How about less Death Troopers?
My agents will stay. Though I question our work, they do not. And Osborn continues to pay. I'm sorry.
So close to being good
Oh boy.
Indeed. I will miss you and your bizarre witticism, Spider-Man. Until we meet again.
news. What a strange, violent lady.
Yeah. Like I said, if I missed anything in the minimap when I'm swinging across the city, please let me know. I don't know how that would be super helpful, but like, you know. Okay, Spidey, can you just stop? Just stop. Just there you go. Oh. Oh, really? Well, it's in time. Honestly, I think I'm good. You know what? So this is absorb and can't without resetting the combo counter. That's just for combos. Increase the rate focus generates. That was what I had. But needs to recharge after activation. That's not actually a bad idea. So what do I have? I have webbed attacks generate focus, increases the rate focus regenerates, and reveals oh boy. Yeah. Honestly, that might not be a bad idea. Like, I'm gonna go through the game later with my own stuff, but I think this might be better. I think this is gonna be the final build. Yep. Yep. Okay. Well, this is it. This is it. Wow. You shouldn't be like this, Peter.
We did the impossible, Doc. But now I have to destroy it.
Oh, boy.
With a little creation of my own.
What are you doing, Peter? Please don't tap into your own neural interface. Well, that's a nice looking suit. Man, that you built that fast. Oh. What happened to Harry? Oh, I still want to know what happened to Harry Osborn, you know? Like... Doc...
And once again, we have live footage of Mayor Osborn.
Why are you guys that close? It's not worth the news story! None of it's worth the news story.
You want me to beg? Not gonna happen.
The world will know the truth
Oh,
before
boy.
they mop you off the pavement.
Why? If the cameras went away, there'd be nothing to do.
Tell them what you did.
I never.
Everything you
Oh,
have
boy.
is built on lies.
Well, that's how, well, whiplash happens. And you break a spine or two.
You stole my company, my ideas. Now, the truth.
Not...
The truth. Okay.
Oh boy.
The truth is, you were only ever worth a damn when you worked for me.
That's
The truth is,
not
you
true
could never
either.
accept that I'm better than you. You're a failure, Otto, and you always
That's-
will be.
Not true either. That's not true either. He has the same degenerative nerve disease that the mom and son had, right? Oh boy. You with that smirk.
Give me the anti-serum! Otto, you've worked your whole life to help people.
That's stupid. Osborn smirk.
You're fighting the wrong man.
You're the one with the anti-serum.
It's your way.
We don't have much time! Please!
I'll turn over the anti-serum when Osborn pays for his crime.
Listen, stop it. Just, will you stop? Oh my gosh. Like, dude, we just want to help people. That's,
Done enough to ruin Osborn!
No! He always bounces back. He has to lose everything.
what, his life? That doesn't make sense.
Enough playing.
What does the resupply mean? I don't actually know. The superpower is new.
Gotta move.
Let's just let me swing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, you know what? We're gonna heal. We're just gonna heal again. You know what? Hey. Just, will you stop it? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. How about we run up the building again? And just take a couple of shots. I'm sorry, I'm super concentration-y mode. There's a lot of stuff on screen here.
People are dying! They need the anti-serum now!
I will cure the city after I bring down Osborn.
No, that's the wrong order of events. That's like the complete wrong order of events. Like, that's just always the wrong order of
The
events.
city. Then we can do whatever you want.
I already know what I want. Just
Uh-huh.
get out of my way before I really hurt you.
Oh boy. Ay, 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 ay. How about you come here? And just stop it! Doc! Doc, please.
How much is Osborn paying you to protect him?
Nothing!
Protecting him. I'm trying to save the city.
Yeah, he's trying to save the people. Because, like, J. Jonah Jameson, who's just confused as to what's going on, he's trying to save the people. Okay, oops, maybe I didn't telegraph that correctly. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting
Give me the
fight.
anti-serum, and I promise Osborn will face charges.
Liar! Just like Osborn.
Actually, Peter, don't make promises you can't keep. Ay, ay, ay.
What happened to the man who wanted to help people?
You know, he got lost in his own personal vendetta. That's what happens a lot of times. You know what? How about we stop this? Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Uh-oh. 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 That tower is gonna fall.
Such a disappointment. Parker.
Oh no.
You knew? I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen. You knew.
What?
I won't let you win. This means too much to me.
Not more than it means to me.
Oh. That tower's going down. No! That what happened to the serum? There are people down there. What about the serum?
Can't you see all the people you're hurting?
You'll never understand. You haven't suffered like I
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm fighting with like a whole bunch of broken bones, sir.
I won.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to help you get out of your brain. Sometimes it just, you have to get out of your own brain. Oh, okay. Is this just a survive game? Because I have a feeling like I'm supposed to redo something. Ah. Ouch. Ouch. Oh my gosh. He's trying to help you. He wants you to be better. He knows how many people you could help. Your brain is a great thing. Look at what you did. Just look at what you did. Oh boy. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch. Oh boy.
Please, think of the man you were.
Oh.
That man is gone. You can't save me, Peter.
Oh.
Then I guess you'll have to save yourself.
Oops, ouch, ouch, ouch. I have no focus bar. Oh, I do have a focus bar still. Ha! Turns out, guess what? I still have a focus bar.
You were my hero. You meant so much to me.
Yep. Yep. Are we just fighting him off the roof?
You're making me do this. We're going to change the world.
Yep.
You look tired, Parker.
So do you.
Just hurt.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh please, he needs a hospital.
If you want to change the world,
No.
you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
No.
I couldn't agree more.
Ouch. Ow. Ow. Why would you remove the big thing? Why would you remove the big thing? Why would you remove the big thing? Ouch. Ouch. Why would you remove the big thing from your shoulder? That's a good way to really hurt yourself. Anti-serum would have healed the doc.
Peter, I saw you as a son. I should have known you'd turn on me.
What are
Just
you
like all the others.
talking about?
Turn. I've worshipped you. Your mind. Your conscience. Wanting to help others. The way you never gave up.
That's why he's a
That's
Spider-Man, he
because
is.
men like us have a duty, a responsibility, to use our talents in the service of others. Even if they don't appreciate it. We have to do what's best for those beneath us.
Nobody's beneath
whether they
anyone else.
understand it or not.
No, you're wrong. You are everything I wanted to be. You just threw it away.
Yes, of course. You're right, Peter. Oh, I see that now. The neural interface affected my mind. But I can fix it.
Oh,
We can fix it. Together. If you'll help me.
I'll do everything I can. I'll make sure you get the best help.
No! If they
No.
put me away, they'll take my arms. I'll be trapped in this useless body.
yeah. Till you
Please,
fix it.
Peter,
Oh,
that wasn't me. You said you'd never abandon me. You promised.
hey, but
Remember?
sometimes it's tough love.
And of course,
Sometimes.
you'll rest easy, knowing your secret is safe with me.
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
Yep.
Peter?
Even when it hurts like hell.
Peter, where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Peter?
Oh, I'm kind of emotional over that one. Because it's true. It's the tough love. I mean, it's not as an anger and violence, but the. Mm-hmm. What's up? Please tell me Aunt May's okay. I can't, like, handle any more characters.
It's still viable. We'll need the entire sample as a base to produce more doses.
How long will that take?
A few hours. Maybe a day.
What if we use it to cure someone right now?
Don't do that, Peter.
And it won't be enough to cure the others.
Don't do that, Peter. Aunt May wouldn't
I'll give
want
you
you
a
to
few
do
minutes.
it. Aunt May would tell you to cure all the others before her because I know that type of person and that's like my entire family. Cure the others first.
You're gonna be okay, ma'am. I've got the cure right here.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
You think Aunt May didn't know?
You knew?
I've known for a while.
I never wanted you to worry.
I did. And I am so proud of you. And Ben would be too.
No.
All the people you've saved.
I don't know what to do.
You helped the others.
Yes, you do.
Don't do it, Peter. You wanted to help people. You wanted to help people. Please. Okay. Well, this game got a little. No. Oh no. Alright, okay, well, fine the game. Why do you have to do that game? Oh, well. Not the serum. Well, I still want to know what's going on with Harry Osborn. But well, there's that. It was a really good game. There's just not a lot of.
So?
Hi, Mary Jane Watson, Associate Editor.
Congrats!
Thank
I knew you could
Woo!
do it.
What about you? Find a job yet?
Oh, no, but,
I'll be right with you, honey. Thank you.
I was actually considering maybe a career change.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I might want to become a chef.
I'm sorry. No, it's... You're a scientist. A good one.
Yeah, the last project I worked on, I created a monster octopus that almost destroyed the city, so...
No, you didn't create anything. You created
mean,
technology that would help
You
people.
do make a hell of a chicken curry.
I do. Still working on my dumplings, though.
Going camping?
Oh, my new place isn't gonna be ready for about a week, so I'm gonna be crashing with Miles for the next few nights.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
you know, you can always stay at my place. Only if you want to.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, no, I don't. I'm not want to. I mean,
Yeah, I know that. I know how that answer goes.
if you do.
I never stopped wanting to.
Me neither.
Oh, look at how adorable they are. Good job, game, ending it on a positive note, but hey yo, there was another spider bite that happened though. I mean, it is the year 2020 and all. The year of well, they may have wrote this game 2 years too early, but I think there's a new Spider-Man game out with Miles Morales. I apparently now will definitely be playing it. Also, this is a very, very good game. And it's this is a really, really good game. It's well done. The story is well put. I haven't played the DLC yet, and I will play the DLC, but like, and the movement is so smooth for the most part. Like one of the things that I concern that like with stuff like this, where you have a very distinct character that moves in a very distinct way, your movement has to fit that. And this is a really cool credit sequence. But like, not only that, so the movement fits it, and it makes it look like Spider-Man without like too many weird flops and interactions. And then you got such great storytelling. It's like, here, this character could just show you in a cutscene, or we could show you by having you play as this character through what they did. With like Miles sections and the Mary Jane sections and everything. Like, those are good ways to tell a story without having to just do, here's a bunch of dialogue and stuff. Like, the only dialogue that there is a ton of is ongoing, but even then, a lot of it is done in the cutscenes. When you're like swinging through the city, you get all the J. Jonah Jameson episodes, and like, you get the phone calls to set you up for like what's coming up and everything. Like, it's a well done storytelling. The physics are good. It's just a straight up good game. And man, it hits you hard at the end. And like, hey game, you already hit me hard in the middle when you killed a character that I very much liked. You have to do it again. You have to do it again. But this is one of, okay, first of all, this is a really cool credit sequence. Not only that, most of the time, the credit sequence has its fun little thing at the beginning, and then it goes into like just general like credit sequence, but there's so much motion and movement here, like, it's just, that is so well done. It's so well done. Like, good job, because this is a really, really well done game and story, and just look at that. Look at that. Man, it's good.
I'm not an expert or anything, but I think it's in the way that you ask her.
I'm getting too nervous.
Uh-oh.
All right, so where do you want this?
Right over here is fine.
All right. Hey, so Pete?
Yeah.
I, kind of got to talk to you about something I can't tell my mom about.
What's up?
Well, weird things have been going on. Like, physically.
Oh. Well, you know, you're at that age where your body starts to change. And so you may be noticing some areas,
No.
for example.
Not that. I think it's better that I just, I show you.
No.
It's pretty weird, right?
Not that weird.
Spider Bros! Oh! Oh, yeah. Why would I skip the... Of course, you can't not put Stanley there. Right at the top. Look at how many additional voices. This is alphabetical. I'm not gonna skip this, but that's a lot of names. But just, like, this game is so good, and it sets up its sequel so well. I hope the sequel's, like, I'll be playing the sequel. I hope it's just as good. Because, like, you know, I was so kind of worried going into this game that I'm like, okay, I don't want to do a series that, like, I start and then halfway through I get like, maybe this wasn't a good idea for a series. But no, this is such a good story to tell. I mean, Marvel might end up having it out for me at some point, but sorry, Marvel, you could take them all down. Backups, but we'll just keep that between you and me. But, like, oh my gosh. Look at how many people there. I just really appreciate this entire game. The storytelling, the everything. The everything about this game is amazing. It just shows, like, I don't know what the production team, what the executives said. They're like, make us a good Spider-Man game or something. But, like, oh, look at the scanning likenesses. But, like, did they say, hey, we want to make a Spider-Man game. Make it cool? Or make it fun? Like, because here's the hard part is sometimes they just want to make a game that will sell a lot of copies, you know, just for the money. And, you know, Spider-Man's easy to do that with the name Spider-Man. It's probably one of the most recognizable and well-known superheroes of, like, comic book fame and everything. Like, probably right up there. So, of course, Spider-Man's gonna, like, make a thing. Everybody knows the story. They didn't need to start at the beginning with that. Like, it's just such a well-done game. And, like, I don't know if the developers were allowed to explore creative development. Like, if they were allowed to be like, hey, we want to put this in the game. Is that okay? Like, and being shot down and told, no, you can't do that. We don't have the budget for that. Or if they were just given a budget and like, let's make a game that I want to play. Because usually when the development team goes like, I want to make a game that I want to play, it turns out a lot better than a game that is maybe pushed into by execs and everything. So, like, I think they told a story too. And that's the thing, is that's not only did they make a game that is really, 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 really good, they told a good story with it. Because, like, even the side missions, them kind of feeling like, you know, 5 in each area, and, like, some of them were all the same. In each area, there's probably only one of, like, the bus captures and one of each of the things. I just went through them very quickly, so it kind of seemed one after the other. But honestly, if you're just going through the game, playing them as you're doing the main story and not, like, how I did it, it wouldn't be that repetitive. Honestly, like, this is a great game. Just, this is one of the best. And that's just I should very much clarify. Oh, orchestras! Clarify, this is my own opinion. I am not sponsored by anyone, just to be sure. But, like, I had a fun time playing this game. And I know I kind of stopped talking at some points because I was just focusing or going through and playing it, but that's I will chat at my games on a normal basis. When I stop to pay attention, that means I am intrigued as to what's going on. Like, I want to know more. I want to hear the story. I want to be taken into it. So it allows me to just absorb when I stop and start paying attention. And I just, it's amazing, this game. The physics, like, there were a couple of things that were weird, like, okay, well, this was a pre-made animation and they had just happened to have people around, so they moved weird through these other people. But the fact that they were included in the cutscene, the fact that his suit changes in the cutscenes. Like, what suit you have equipped is the ones that, like, it's in the cutscenes or it's in the loading screens and everything. And like that itself is its own detail that I really, really appreciate, because like, you don't see a lot of it where you see details like that. Like, it will switch back to a cutscene and the character will be out of whatever suit just to fit the cutscene and everything. But like, this, like, it was just so well done. Like, because I clumsily made my way through the game in the beginning, like, and I felt clumsy playing it. It doesn't look like I'm clumsy. Like, even later on in the game, I felt clumsy playing it, but the game makes the swinging still look intentional. Whether or not, like, you meant to swing through the city in such a manner, and whether or not you were trying to be intentional and trying to get, it makes every movement you make look intentional, which, considering this is Spider-Man and you know this character should be like swinging through the city with ease at this point in his Spider-Man career, like, you know that like he should look good swinging. So the fact that like I can feel like I'm playing it clumsily and it still looks like he's swinging through the city with ease, good job, whatever department that was to just manage the swinging motions, because like they deserve like so much credit, so much. And like, even like the little details, like the loading screens between fast travel, where there's subway systems. How do you think you fast travel? You just show up in a place in a lot of games. Like, there's a horse or something. There's like some explanation, but like, it fits the city. It's New York. It's the New York subway system. Of course, if Spider-Man doesn't have a car and he's deciding not to swing through the city, which, first of all, is not that long to swing from one area to the other, but like when you're trying to, you know, go through story and kill time talking all the time when you're swinging, it gets a little bit just tedious, I guess. But when like when the subway thing itself, like the scenes though, you could have just shown like a subway moving through, but they put like little, and now those were probably the most repetitive thing in the game, were those little scenes, but they had quite a few of them, and for how much I actually fast traveled, I was fine with it. Because they'll be the regulars. If you hit the same train at the same time every single day, you'll probably end up seeing the same things. But like, it's the cuteness of like the little scene where Spider-Man's just taking the subway, and this is how New York, like, the people just interact with them when they see him there and everything. Like, it's just, it's so well done. And this, I don't remember if this game got Game of the Year in 2018. It should have. Hold on, I'm gonna get on my phone and look that up now, because, you know, that's super proper of me to like do while I'm recording, but also like you can't actually see me. Nah. But now I need to see what Game of the Year was 2018. Hold on, this is very important to me now. No, come on. Because honestly, this game should have been. Oh, it was God of War. Wait, okay, wait. 20, maybe as the 2019 Game of the Year awards. Hold on, I gotta figure out which year it came out. Oh boy, let's just see if I can see. Okay. Okay, what came out for Game of the Year? Okay. It better. Here. Sorry, I'm just... Okay. Did it not make the cutoff for... Oh, no, 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 no. Here we go. What were the other... What were the... What... Celeste. Okay, it lost to God of War. And the other nominees are Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. So, like, it had some stuff competition. That was a good year for games. Apparently, that was a really good year for games. But I think the thing is I think this should have won, personally, because it's one that I would play. And it was, like, I get that I've never played the God of War series, and I get that people like them a lot, and they're, like, cool. I think kind of similar style type games where it's focused on, like, strategic, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think what sets this game apart for a lot of games is that it is so focused on... It tells a story. It tells a story even when you're just going about the city, because the people interact with you. The characters interact with you. There's all that tiny little dialogue lines. You're not like just walking around a dead city, essentially, like an empty zombie city. Like, you're walking around the city of New York and it is living. There's cars moving, there are people walking, they're chatting on their phones, they're talking about the newest TV shows. Like, there are all these little voice lines. You interact with the characters, finding the doves, the whole black cat thing. Like, all these little bits and pieces that you find throughout the game. And when you just swing amongst the city, and like there are helicopters flying around, and like when you're on the top of the police station setting up the towers, and there's a policeman up there that you could talk to them, and they say, "Hey, Spider-Man," that... Just those little world building details are really, really nice. And the fact that this is not as prevalent in the beginning of the game, but much better at the end, there was still random little street crime you could stop. Like, at the beginning of the game, like, every once in a while, a thug would show up and like, attack you. But, like, honestly, that was about it. But at the end of the game, like, there's all the extra things, too. Like, there's clearly... It wasn't just, here's the things that you're supposed to hit because we want you to have things. It's like, no, these are still currently invading. There's much smaller factions. You got to take them down and everything like that. Like, it is a real lot longer than I expected it to be. And I kind of put my controller down. So if there's weird mic noise, it's because my controller has decided that it's things. Tools support. But, like, I think that's one of the greatest parts of this game is the fact that it put effort into those details. And, like, the details... You could tell they reused, like, models and stuff. I mean, what game doesn't? But the lines and the characters, like... And how the city develops for the missions and throughout the game. Like, the city definitely was like, here's the city. It's like, it's pretty good and everything. And here it is with Sable running around and everything. And now here it is with Sable's out, kind of on the loose. And then, what is it? Sable's on the loose. The prisoners are on the loose. There's just kind of... It's not even crime everywhere. It's just people are taking things into their own hands because it's a pandemic and everybody's... A lot of people are just... The people that are... Like, just wanting for themselves to keep taking care of themselves are trying to take from others and everything. And where most people are just trying to go about their daily life. Except with the fact that there's a virus in... you know, quarantined, and the city's quarantined because of this virus and everything. Like, it's just one of those things that, like, that type of development, that type of level and everything, and the fact that the city moves, like, other than there are the side missions and the specific, like, story progression time, day-night cycle, and the side missions resetting the day-night cycle, for loading screens. Well, I'm not specifically loading screens, but like the loading screens and like from your subway when you fast travel to a location and everything. It's the only other time there are loading screens. You don't need the loading screens. Like the fast travel loading screens, you could play the entire game without ever using that feature. Like the map doesn't load between, like, it's like the map fully exists all the time. Like in older games, because of like area of memory and everything, they can only have really what's on screen or like near the edges of the screen, like spawning and everything. So like sometimes like your level, you'd view it as like a scroll frame, but if it was outside the frame, it didn't really exist. It didn't get triggered till it got to a certain point, type of thing. Even some, like Minecraft, you have like a render distance. Like there, you could set it for short or long, but it won't load anything past blah blah distance until you get there. Well, you can look out into the world and see, well, there wasn't a tree there 2 seconds ago, and now that I'm in that range, there is a tree. But this city doesn't feel like it. The city feels like it is there all the time. That it is just exists, and you are just moving from one part of the other, swinging through it. And now there very well could be a render distance that they have, and like stuff that's not rendered in 100% of the time, but it is hidden very, 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 very well. And I think that's why this game is just so good, is because they hid the programming. I don't know if that makes sense, but they like hid the programming, the interactions. Like I'm guessing somebody could go through and find all sorts of glitches and things, and if you do this and this, you'll glitch through this wall and type of stuff. But that type of programming is hidden. Like, you interact with stuff, you interact with the world, and it doesn't like, it breaks, it moves, like, I mean, like video game stuff breaks and it moves, but it breaks and it moves in a way that like also puts its own physics in there that makes you believe it's real. Like, this game went on the realistic end of things for like design for humans and everything like that. Is it looks like they're trying to play up like how real people in comic books and stuff, like, this is a person, this is what a person looks like if you were to type of thing. But they still, I think, understood that it was in a game engine. And so they limited, like, I don't think they limited anything, honestly. But they kept the interactions and, like, physics interactions between people and everything to something that, like, would make sense. Because sometimes games, like, well, he pulls that move and he really shouldn't supposed to do that. Which is, like, everything Spider-Man does in the first place. Everything any of these characters do in the first place. So at that point, you already have your, like, level of, disbelief like confirmed and everything. It's like, well, he can do that, but Spider-Man is set apart like with how he moves versus everyone else, is because people move like they're supposed to move, and Spider-Man moves like Spider-Man's supposed to move. It's just, there's so much detail work that went into just the base level of this game to make sure that was solid. The foundation work of the game, the physics, the physics, I wouldn't even say the graphics necessarily, more like just the soul core of the world and this look and everything, and like building the city of New York, the comic book city of New York in this game. And they did a very good job from a person who's never been to New York and only knows of New York based on, like, you know, hearsay and everything. Like, it is really, really, really well done. And, like, you don't see that often. Like, you see core graphics and everything and games and stuff, but even every once in a while they look kind of like, not cartoony, but like you could tell this is a graphical thing, and like it still does, like, I think some of the bushes and like the parks and everything, but you don't spend a ton of time there, or like the trees, but even then they still felt like, I don't know, I think part of it is a lot of that gets like, you get to suspend your disbelief just enough because of you already are playing a comic book game, you're playing a comic book story, and this is just very, very long, and I really don't want to cut anybody out, so I want to go through the full credits, but like I did not realize this would be such a long thing. But okay, PlayStation.com gets its hello. I mean, you guys are all very, very, very important. But that's the thing, is like the game works. The game feels real in the sense that it's in its world. It is a real game and it told a real story. And yeah, maybe it just used characters and it's like, yep, this thing exists. Yep, this thing exists. And like it just shows off like high profile places. Like, but Avengers Tower is there. Oscorp is there. Like, all this stuff is there. And you're Spider-Man. You just get to be Spider-Man for the entirety of the game. Like, who doesn't want to be Spider-Man? I mean, people. But in general, like, and the game makes you feel like Spider-Man. It makes you feel like, hey, I can help. I'm just here to help. And it gives you that, and you play as Mary Jane. And all the times you play as her, you're the spunky investigative journalist. Like, no, I can help too. I may not be able to leap from tall buildings. No, that's Superman. Wrong, like, completely wrong thing. But, like, I may not be able to do what you can, but I can still help. You tell me what I'm looking for and which order to defuse this, and I can do that. Like, I can defuse this bomb. Miles. Even Miles. Miles, I can make sure I can get out of here. I can think this through. I can hack these things. Like, that's that type of level of just general, like, for, like, character design. Like, each character felt like them with how they well, they all kind of move the same, but like it's one of those things that, like, it didn't feel like when you were playing as the other characters that they could also do the things that they shouldn't be able to do. Like, when you were playing as Miles and as Mary Jane, you were sneaking. You couldn't not. Mary Jane gets some special tech. Miles got a special move and stuff too. Like, they have stuff, but it's within reason of what they can do as those characters and everything. And like, man, it's just so good. This game is so good, and then it hits you hard, and then damn into the thing. Sorry, darn into the game, and you had to take another one of my favorites. Stupid, silly game, silly game, hurting me to the soul. But we'll see. Oh, look at the additional. I think we're nearing the end of the credits, folks. Man, this is a 50. This is going to be an hour-long episode, and I think half hour of it is just me talking about it in the credits. Oh, look. But it's just, I appreciate it so much because it focused on its storytelling and on being a good game. It focused on letting the developers be like, I want to be Spider-Man, and just having like a singular model like fly through the city and like one thing without having, like, you can do rolls and flips and like you could see the moves, and like as you power up throughout the game you get better and everything. So like, it's a good progression. And even when I was doing all that other stuff first, I didn't feel overpowered for the main story. And like, the main story bosses aren't necessarily meant to be brute force like all the side stuff is. They're mostly meant to be like dodge, return fire. Like, that's how Spider-Man fights. Is not the big strong guy. He's not Rhino. He's not the electric guy. Electro, you know that? He doesn't have the negative force energy or whatever. He's Spider-Man. He's agile. He's skillful. And that's what his main fighting is supposed to be, is agile and skillful and using his tech and his gadgets to his advantage and everything. And like, the boss fights force you to do that, to think like he would, to use their own boss force against him. Because, and that's the thing, is that's how people in general have to just go about day to day, is use their own skills to their own advantage. Even if you're facing down the big guy, you're gonna end up having to use some sort of skillful dodging and agility to get out of the way and to make the correct hits. It's not all about brute force 100% of the time. Though a brute force might make it a little bit easier. If you can hit hard, you have to hit them less. But if you notice, even in the Mr. Negative final fight and everything, even in the Doc Ock fight and everything, it was dodge so he can talk. I just am here to talk. Let me talk to you. Can't we get to an agreement? You're better than this, Martin. You're better than this, doctor. Like, why can't we meet an understanding? And man, Peter's choice at the end with Dr. Octavius to walk away, that's hard. Because he knows it was the right choice. And he's gonna help as much as he can. But he got driven by his own personal motivations and prioritized too much on just being redeemed instead of being humiliated. And so he just wanted to humiliate Osborn the same way Osborn had humiliated him. But to do that to a public figure, you have to do it on a huge scale, so that's not what you should do. That's not what you should do. Force them to come up to your own level. You could have, like, there's so much good that could have been done with that technology had it been developed and fully, like, debugged. But it was rushed. It was just super, super rushed. And then you get these arms because, I mean, he had to. You had a nerve degeneration. Same thing Harry Osborn apparently had, I think. Same thing apparently Harry's mom had. I'm pretty sure it's the same. I think that's the one thing in this game is they don't really talk much about Harry Osborn and what happens to him. Did he die? Or is he still in clinical trials? Like, there was a GR something 47 with the unknown. Like, there was something else on that screen. There was more to that development story. But because of the impending crisis with Dr. Octavius and that entire thing, you kind of hyper focus on one bit of the story. And you don't get to see the whole thing. Because that was a later number. It was like GR 50 something or the other. But like, that's kind of the thing is there's more story. And guess what? There's an entire another game. Oh my gosh, I love the music here for this. Just don't mind me. I'm still listening to everything. But like, this game is very, very good. Like, if you haven't played this game for yourself, please do, by goodness. Like, please do. I get that, like, you don't get the story because you've seen the story, but like the controls and like the playability of it is amazing. This is one of the first series in a long time that I just sit down and like every like couple of weeks or so I'd play for like 3-4 hours at a time, like a couple days, like my entire weekend would be devoted to recording, partly because I need to, but the other part is because I just enjoyed it. Like, I enjoy playing this game. Like, there is a lot of stuff. These are the tools that they used. That's actually really cool. That's actually... Okay, wait a second. That's actually really cool, is that they are listing what tools they use. I don't know if all games do this, But oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's just these are the tools they use. I get this is probably liability, but usually stuff doesn't list what software and programs they use to make the thing or make aspects of the thing. They missed a space under implied warranty under copyright 1999 2002 Aladdin Enterprises. There's a missed space under implied warranty. I found a typo in the credits. Of course I did. I'm Sarah Rochelle. I find typos in the credits. Oh. Oh, and this came out before Stanley died too, huh? Also, memory of Stanley. I'm just not that since he's dead now. Oh, and don't forget Jack Kirby for the other Marvel characters, but that's just he didn't do Spider-Man, but he did like Captain America and stuff. What? This is why you watch the credits, folks. Yeah! Oh yeah! Uh-oh. Are you kidding me?
We were so close. But I'll keep trying. I will find a cure. I will. I love you, son.
Are you? You know what would have helped Doc Ock's prosthetics? If he actually, like, you know, developed them without going crazy. What? Oh, I could change the time in the day and research stations. Oh, good, I could play more in the daytime. There's a lot of stuff going on, I realize. But thank you. I got the it was a story suit. Oh. Wait, really? Really, game? New suit available? Well, folks, why don't we just take a good old look? Suit power. Oh. Oh, nice. What's this one? Oh, that's like God mode. That's God mode right there. First of all, though, we're gonna get rid of this one and do back to this one because of that. And then I think we're stuff for the gadget refills or something. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. But let's look at these new suits. Oh, here's the undies one. Oh boy. Apparently it's unlocked. I still want to get this one. Okay, this one looked like this. Magnetically polarized, but this one is... Oh boy. I still do want to get the comic book one for the quips. Because I think that's the greatest. I want to see this one in action, but I need those challenge tokens. Which means I gotta go through and play the challenges, which I'll do in my own time. But does that mean it's DLT sign? Oh. I guess I could play the DLC. But for now, I be Sarah Shell. I've been playing Spider-Man. Look, there's a plane just flying around in the background. And thank you for watching.